What is the world's most valuable brand? Amazon? Coca-Cola? Nike? The answer will surprise you. Hi, welcome back to Leading from the Basement. I'm Jeremy. What is the most valuable brand in the world? Is it Nike? Is it Amazon? Is it Starbucks? Is it Coca-Cola? No. The most valuable brand in the world to you is you. And what do I mean by that? Martha Petrie Sue wrote a book back in 2003 called The CEO of YOU. And in that book, she talked about developing your own, I'll call it a brand, because that's really what it is. You see, we all work two jobs. We all have the job that we work 9 to 5 or whenever we work. We have the job that we're paid to do. But do you know that you're also the CEO of You Enterprises? For me, it's Jeremy Enterprises. For you, it might be Bob Enterprises or Sarah Enterprises. But we all are working two careers. It's the one that our employer pays us for, and it's the one that's more important, our own brand, our own career. And I think it's important that we think of ourselves as a brand, because we are a brand. People have opinions, they form opinions. When your name comes up in a meeting, people automatically get an impression in their mind. Do you ever wonder what that impression is? Is your brand a positive brand? Is it a scary brand? Is it a brand of high value? Is it a brand of low value? We all have a brand. And you've heard the old cliche that you're getting interviewed for a job every day. And it's really true. People are watching us. People are observing us. They're judging us on the things that we do, how we carry ourselves, how we present ourselves. I want to share just one example of an individual that I worked with. I was a training manager. And I had an individual on my team, smart young man, very savvy technology-wise, very knowledgeable about the product, just a really sharp guy. But you know what? He had an image problem. The way he carried himself, the way he dressed, the way he kept his hair, it was not professional. And he was not seen as a professional. And so he and I took it upon ourselves to change his brand. And he and I had been talking about this for months. And I didn't tell him, hey, you need to change your appearance. You need to change the way you dress. You need to do this. But we talked about these things. And he had this understanding, or was gaining this understanding of what his personal brand was. How did he represent himself? How did people see him in the marketplace? And over the course of a weekend, he changed. He went shopping. He bought a professional wardrobe. He got a haircut. He trimmed his beard. He had a real long, scraggly beard. He trimmed it, still had a goatee, but nice and neat. Haircut, looked sharp. And he came to work that next Monday. And I can't tell you how many people came into the office and said, have you seen this guy? I'll call him Joe. Have you seen Joe? Wow, what got into him? And all of a sudden, Joe did not change who he was. He had always been Joe. But because he changed the way he presented himself, he changed some of his branding. He went from here to here, almost overnight. And another interesting thing started to happen. When people started to see Joe differently, Joe started to see himself differently. And all of a sudden, he saw himself as more professional. He saw himself as more knowledgeable, more dependable. And it wasn't long until Joe left this company, right, where we both worked, and moved on to another company making significantly more money with significantly more responsibility. That's the power of branding. So as Martha Petrie Sue says in her book from 2003, The CEO of YOU, your brand is important. You are the CEO of you. And that's the most important brand you have. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute and do so, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.